everyone! Okay, so I get a lot of requests for like an everyday eye look tutorial, and especially after my shellac review, which went over like 16 days, everyone was like, what's your like everyday eye routine? And I don't have one. Like, I do something different every single day, and that's what I really love about makeup, is I can play with something different on my face every single day. And so in the past week, I've really been trying to develop like a good like neutral look that I really like as a go-to look, like something I could do every day. And this is what I came up with. And so this is the look that I'm going to show you how to do. And if you are at all interested in how to do this look, just keep watching. Okay, one more thing, I'm gonna put a product list down below. So definitely check the description if you're curious, like on an exact list of the products I use, but you definitely don't have to, because I used products that are very easy to find. Like, you could use like the Naked palette, you could use drugstore products. I use drugstore products, but they're common colors, so it's not gonna be hard to find these colors in your own collection. But okay, enough about that, and on to the tutorial. Okay, so I already have my face makeup done, so I'm gonna start out by prepping my eyelid and kind of providing a base for my shadow with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in number 608 Cottage Cheese. It's just a shimmery white. It's not as opaque as Milk. I just like the kind of shimmery quality that it gives. I mean, it doesn't really show a lot, but it gives that sticky base. Focus that under each eyebrow, in the corners, and across the lid, but not too much. And I'm just gonna blend that in with my finger. Next, I'm going in with one of my all-time favorite Wet n Wild palettes. It's a trio called Walking on Eggshells. I'm pretty sure I use this in my pinup tutorial. It is so amazing. All the colors are really light and very, very shimmery. None of them are overly intense, but I really, really appreciate this palette. Looks like this. It's an up-close and personal view. I am using the top white color. A lot of people complain it's too frosty, but it works for me. I really like that super shimmer factor. And I'm just gonna go in with my finger, and I'm just gonna put that on my brow bone as a highlighter, and as a highlighter in the inner corners. A little bit past the halfway mark of my eyelid, I'm gonna go in with an e.l.f. flat C brush, and I'm gonna use this bottom color from the same Walking on Eggshells palette. It is kind of like a champagne-y pink. It comes off a little bit gold, you'll see. It is really light, very shimmery, and I love how highlighting it is. It kind of shows up a little bit peachy. Alright, so now with the exact same palette, I'm going to use this middle color. It shows up really brown, but it comes off a lot lighter and a little bit orangey tint. I don't know, you'll see. Okay, I'm going to use that in the outer corner and coming up a little bit and a little bit over in the crease, a little bit above the crease and coming over, but not too, it's not too intense because it's a light color. And I'm going to use the exact same C brush from e.l.f. Okay, next I'm going in with a crown brush. It is the C412 DXL pointed crease brush. I mostly love to use this as just a blending brush, and I'm just gonna do exactly that. I'm just gonna blend all these colors together. So now that's a much softer look. Alright, and what I like to do next is go in with a matte darker shade just to give that extra definition on the outer corner. Just a little bit, not too much, because it is supposed to be an everyday, you know, during the day, whatever look that's not, you know, all about your makeup. But I don't know, I am all about my makeup all the time, so I don't even know. Anyway, okay, so I'm using a Maybelline quad, and it is in number 22 Chai Latte. And I think it's nice to go in with a matte color like this. It's the darkest one. It's just nice to break up all the shimmers that I already have on my eye. Another Maybelline quad that is really useful for this is the number 2 Natural Smokes. Phone's ringing. And I like to use this darkest matte color, just the exact same way I'd use the Chai Latte. Pretty much interchangeable. You can actually use both too if you want to have that added dimension without going black. So I'm also using an e.l.f. brush. It's the Defining Eye brush, and it's kind of a angled, fluffy small-ish brush. You know, just, you don't have to use this brush. You can use whatever you want. This one's actually not even that great. Just gonna go in with this color and define this V. Now I'm going back in with that same blending brush and I'm going to blend that out. And the next step I like to do, this is totally optional, I like to add in like a goldish shade or a shimmery shade, some kind of like another color that you'd use for a highlighter, but it's to break up that darker color and the super white light color that I used on my brow bone. I'm going back to the Chai Latte palette and I'm using this super shimmery gold color. Another color I really like to use for this is the Covergirl single, and it is in 750 Mink, and it is a less gold, and this one also really works for this. And with a Pro Blending Fluff brush by Crown Brush, and I know I just used the blending brush to, or I just used the crease brush to blend, and now I'm using whatever. You just have to do what you gotta do. So I'm using this brush to add this in, and just a little bit, like I'm not going like stripes here. This is just to help blend it. I'm going in with one of my favorites. It's the Milani Liquif'Eye metallic eyeliner pencil, and this is black and it's really short. You can tell how much I love it. So I'm just gonna go into that line right here, and that just thickens up your lash line. It's just a step that I love, and I always notice if I don't do it. For the bottom waterline, I'm gonna use the Jordana retractable eyeliner pencil, and it's, whoa! Okay, and it's in the Glitter Rocks number 3 Rockabilly brown. It's like this. It's just a super light brown, and it does have glitter. And I'm gonna use that on the lower waterline. It does have glitter, but it doesn't bother my eyes. And I'm gonna go back with that same e.l.f. brush, and I'm gonna use the dark matte color from Chai Latte, and I'm gonna go under my bottom lash line and kind of like define that, smoke it out, you know. That also just helps to set the bottom waterline, which you always have to do. I know this may seem like crazy overkill, but I'm going in with a liquid liner, and this is Physicians Formula. I like this for the inside of the line because it's a super thin brush tip, and I don't like a thick line at the beginning. I just like to use this at the beginning, and then I go in with a different one to do the wing because I'm crazy. Now that I'm done with that step, I'm going in with one of my all-time favorites. It is the Maybelline Line Stiletto Ultimate Precision Liquid Eyeliner, and it's black, of course. It's a felt tip, and I use this just to do a pretty gentle wing. I have to wing out my liner. I don't know how anybody goes without doing that. I mean, I understand it. It's all personal preference, so I just have to do it, so here we go. Alright, and I'm done with my liquid liner. You might not agree that this is like a slight wing, but it's just what I have to have. And now it's time to work on my brows. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Eyebrow Shaper. It is kind of just a wax pencil. I'm going over my brows with this. It just helps the powder that I'm going to use stick to my brows. I also use pencil, but it's just whatever I happen to feel like doing that day. I'm using the NYX Eyebrow Cake Powder. Looks like this, and I have it in Brunette, and I'm using mostly the darker color. Alright, my brows are now in the room. They're pretty dark, but that's how I like them. Next up are my lashes. I am doing this really weird thing right now, and it's probably overkill, and you definitely don't have to do the exact same thing as me, but I found that I really like the results. And so I have been using the Maybelline, sorry, I have makeup on my hands. Okay, so the Maybelline 1x1 in black. I've been doing 2 coats of this, and then I'll go and curl my lashes, and then I'll go in with the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume in waterproof, and this is also in black. And I found that this holds my curl. No matter what I do, no matter how much I curl throughout the day, they will flatten out and even go down. Like my sister used to call me Snuffleupagus. I don't know if you're extremely familiar with Sesame Street, but yeah, Snuffleupagus was the character. He was like kind of like a really hairy elephant, and the eyelashes just kind of like hung like this. But yeah, that's me, Snuffleupagus, Snuffy. So look, don't mind my blemishes, but yeah, they just go down. I'm not sure if you can tell. Anyway, this is what works for me. You can definitely do your own mascara regime, but this is what I'm about to do. I'll be right back and you'll see the huge difference. Alright, and here I am after my last coat of mascara. Yes, much better. Okay, and sometimes I get a little bit of clumpiness, and that's where this little guy comes in handy. It's just like the little comb edge, and it can separate them. I know they're not completely separated, but you know, whatever. I think they look good. So these you can get like any brand. I know this one is Red Ginger, but I'm pretty sure they don't get like better or worse the more you pay, so whatever. And lastly, the lips. Honestly, I do something different with my lips, like even like different parts of the day. Like I will use different products all the time. So I can't say like, oh, this is perfect for every day, because I just love to switch things up. But I thought something that would look really nice with this would be a nice pink lip. So I'm not gonna fuss with a liner or a lipstick. I am just gonna use the Revlon Just Bitten lip stain, and this is in Passion, and it is a super hot pink. It's like a felt tip marker like that, and I have a bunch of these. You definitely want to have your lips nice and exfoliated whenever you use a lip stain, otherwise it's going to kind of gather on those areas where it's dry, and that's not going to look good at all. So here we go. Okay, I've got my lip stain on and they're nice and pink. So next up I'm going in with a Revlon gloss. This is a super lustrous lip gloss, and it's looks like that. It's like pretty glittery, and it is going to neutralize the hot pink a little bit, and it's gonna make it, sorry I couldn't talk while I was doing that, and it's gonna make it a lot more moisturized looking and glossy, because if you just use the lip stain and it's just gonna look really dry, and phone's gonna go off, and then it's just gonna look really like dry and matte, and maybe that's something you want, but it's not something that I want, so I just use a gloss over it, and it doesn't have to match perfectly. I actually think that this gloss being lighter makes it look a lot better. There is like a balm that comes on the other end of this, but mine is broken, so whatever. So we're done, yay! Alright, and that's it for me. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope it was helpful for like an everyday neutral smoky eye look, whatever. I know I don't really stay in the bounds of like a everyday easy look, but you know what, that's just me and it's what I like. So definitely just tweak it however you want to, and if you have any questions, definitely comment below, write me, whatever. Don't forget to subscribe, and the product list is going to be down below. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone. Which a lot of people complain is too low. Okay, so now this is, I don't know, with a, so it looks less separated and harsh kind of. It's not harsh, but I'm just gonna blend color for this everyday look kind of. I love it when the phone rings. Really? an outfit. Why? Why? Seriously, it's ridiculous. Line, I think that's the correct term to use, but instantly, and there's no reason this should just disappear right now. Okay, not okay, so yeah, just knock something over. Okay, next up, ew, 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 dirty lash curler. Not dirty, but it's mascara on it. Okay. And I've been doing, okay, I have really, really, really devastatingly flat eyebrows. Alright, and here I am after my, I don't use them a lot, but they're nice. This is, so definitely check the product description. They're very versatile, like, okay.